Good afternoon, sir, madam, and everyone. We are from Group 6, and today we will present to you regarding our research with the topic, How can Dufan adapt amidst COVID-19? The flow of our presentation will start with first, the background in choosing our research topic. Second will be about our research objective and hypothesis. Next, we will explain about the research methodology that we used, followed by our survey results, which will then be evaluated in the fifth section. And then finally, our conclusion. So first, about the background. The cases of people with positive result to coronavirus is increasing from day to day in Indonesia. Businesses from different sectors are being affected, including the tourism industry. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a significant impact on the tourism industry in Indonesia. Due to new regulations given by the governments, many tourist attractions such as museums, sport venues, and amusement parks are closed. Perhimpunan Usaha Taman Rekreasi Indonesia ask government's help as their sector is highly impacted and their income decreased to almost zero. Dufan, which is the pioneer of amusement parks in Indonesia, started to shut down temporarily since the 14th of March 2020. During this pandemic, the behaviors of Indonesians are changing. Indonesians are being careful on how they spend their money and are cutting back on their spendings. On the other hand, we can see that they are re-engaging out-of-home activities and seem to be likely to do so in the near future. As coronavirus is still spreading, Indonesians are extremely concerned about the overall public health, along with the uncertainty about the duration of the situation and family safety. Therefore, with the uncertainty to when Dufan will be able to reopen and the change in Indonesians' behavior, we want to find out the measure Dufan needs to take to reopen amidst COVID-19, along with our hypothesis that Dufan needs to take action related to hygiene and sanitation, which is the most influential factors.
Next, we will discuss more about our research methodology. The research will consist of two types of data collection methods, and the first one is primary research, which we conducted by conducting a survey with a random sampling using Google Form with a total of 200 respondents. The second one is using secondary data by getting statistics, charts, and information ranging from articles to reports which support our objective. And this is our survey result. Our survey covers the age range of our respondents, and we chose this because Dufan target all market by giving the same market price for all people without considering their age. And this age range was chosen because groups of people who are aged under 18 mostly have no income, and 80 to 25 because this age group mostly have their own income, and people who are aged above 20 because it will be more likely for them to have their own income. The next survey covers the respondent willingness to pay towards Dufan tickets, and the majority of respondents choose their willingness to pay are below 200,000 rupees for Dufan. This is because during this pandemic there are changes in how households manage their budget. Our last survey covers the three main factors according to the respondents, and the highest one would be hygiene and sanitation with a total of 139 votes, and good facilities with a total of 106, and finally price and promotion at 95 votes, while the other factors people would say are industry standard. This top three will be discussed more in the next slide.
As previously mentioned before, one of our top factors is hygiene and sanitation, with a total of 139 respondents. So it's safe to say that people are very concerned about this factor, especially with the whole corona thing going on. So we have come up with a few suggestions and things that Dufan can do to implement so that they can ensure and adapt to the current situation. So first off would be, this is kind of obvious, but the obligation to wear masks. I think it's pretty much a standard for almost everywhere for people to go out with masks just to reduce the spread of COVID-19. So this would be the obligation, or maybe a strict rule on Dufan grounds for them to wear protective gear such as masks and goggles for both employees and customers. Next would be easily accessible hand sanitizers. This is sorely needed for a place as large as amusement parks, where these things can be placed strategically on certain locations, certain rides, etc., restaurants. So for example, this would be in front of an attraction, in front of a ticket booth. I mean, obviously, this is just an example. One of the other things we would like to do is not having a ticket booth, because these usually have a large amount of density for people. And then just in general, places to wash your hands and disinfectants. Next would be disinfectants, and in this case, we would like to Dufan to disinfect the rides every time it resets. So before the next passengers get on the ride, they would disinfect it, obviously. So this is, again, to ensure the safety of the customers, and hopefully that the consumers will understand, most likely, so they can comply to these rules. And then next would be a strong emphasis on distancing. So based on BSBB, it's at least 1 meter apart from another individual. So we would like to employ these rules again on amusement parks, not only by reducing the capacity, but for example, in China, this picture shows a roller coaster with 1 person per cart from the usual 2 person per cart standard. And then next in the US, they have these scannable tickets so that they don't have to make unnecessary contact with an employee at the end of the line and just scan it.
Based on our survey, the second most determining or influencing factors is good facilities, with 106 respondents choosing it. Based on ResearchGate, there are 3 conditions that satisfy a good facilities. The first one is enough capacity. It needs enough capacity in its parking lot to contain all of the vehicles, and it also needs enough capacity in its venue to contain enough people. The second one is good condition and well-maintained facilities. They need to ensure that their facilities are in good condition all the time. For example, they can do like a regular checkup over the condition of their facilities. These pictures of restrooms and restaurant, we can say that the restrooms and restaurant in these pictures are the standard or the bare minimum for good condition and well-maintained facilities. The last but not least is the average of success when using these facilities. Not only must the facilities look good, it needs to function properly as well. They need to ensure that 99% of the times when people use their facilities, it will function properly. For example, they need to ensure that 99% of the times when people turns on their faucets, it will run properly. And 99% of the times, the toilets will flush properly when people want to flush it.
These data support our survey. We see that most respondents are willing to purchase Dufan tickets under 200,000 rupees. This is because people are moving their spending more on essentials such as grocery, household supplies, and non-essentials such as snacks, entertainment at home, and contradictory, people don't spend on out-of-home entertainment and adventures or tours.
The third most determining or influencing factors is price promotion, with 95 respondents choosing it. There are a lot of ways to do price promotions. Dufan itself has done quite a few of them in the past, such as voucher discount when buying straight from their websites, and discount when it is a special day or a holiday. And it is proved to be liked by people. So Dufan can do these kinds of price promotion to pick people's interest to come to Dufan amidst this pandemic. The other way to do price promotion is second-degree price discrimination. What is second-degree price discrimination? It is when company charge different prices for different quantities. Like, for example, Dufan can charge less per ticket's price for people who come as a big group, as people tend to come to amusement park with other people.
Good advertising is also crucial during this time. Consumers seek advertising as a relief and promise of hope. 56% of people expect advertising should be a positive perspective. Based on Kantar, many people said that in a constant news cycle about coronavirus, advertising provides them sense of normality or even creates distraction and escape for them. Advertisement should help consumers to see the future by giving them the confidence to overcome the crisis and look forward to a brighter future.
So just to quickly recap, we did a survey of a total 200 respondents, asking them about amusement park related questions. One of them being the most important question, most likely. What is the most influencing factor for you to go and decide to go to Dufan again, even though with the current situation of COVID-19, let's say it doesn't get any better? So the top 3 factors would be hygiene and sanitation being a number 1. Secondly, good facilities. Thirdly, price promotion. So why is this really important? How does that relate to our question? How can Dufan adapt amidst the current COVID-19 situation? So we really want to hammer home to Dufan that these 3 factors are very important and they have to be evaluated and overseen constantly so that customers can feel at ease at Dufan and Dufan is able to operate again even though that there's this current situation. So that'll be all from us. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the Q&A session.